On Tuesday last week in Atlanta, Georgia, police say a series of shootings left 8 dead. 6 were women of Asian descent. The following day in the city of Stockton, California, authorities said a drive-by shooting injured 5 people. Another shooting took place in Gresham, Oregon on Thursday. That attack left 4 injured. Then on Saturday, 3 mass shootings took place. One in Houston, Texas, injured 5. Another in Dallas, Texas, left 1 dead, and another 7 injured. And one in Philadelphia, in the state of Pennsylvania, killed 1 and injured 5. That was followed by the tragedy in Boulder, Colorado, where 10 people were killed, as we just reported.
The vaccine is here. They're trying to mandate it and make everybody get it. Let me tell you something. The 14th Amendment does protect us. People are saying right now that the Constitution has been suspended. It has not, and I'm going to tell you why. 71 U.S.2. Neither the legislator nor any executive or judicial officer may disregard the provisions of the Constitution in case of any emergency. Section 98. This is the big one. Anyone who declares the suspension of the constitutionally guaranteed rights to freely travel, peacefully assemble, make a living, freely worship, etc., and or attempts to enforce such suspensions without the consent of all 50 independent sovereign states in the United States of America is making war against the Constitution and therefore we the people. They violate their constitutional oath and thus immediately forfeit their place in office and their authority, and any of their proclamations may be disregarded with impunity, and that means anyone, even the governor or the president. That means we the people have the power. Wake up!
Remember what life was like before COVID? I do. It's a mass shooting every week. Anyone remember that? Thank God for COVID. Something had to lock these murderous whites up, keep them in the house.
I'm making this video to let my clients know and anybody else watching this, do not get tested for coronavirus. It's not real. Do not get tested for coronavirus. My best friend went to go get a test for coronavirus because he's an older gentleman and he previously had different types of cancers that he fought, and he had trach. So he always had a cough, always, and he had asthma. Always cough every single day of his life. So just to be sure, he went to go get tested for the coronavirus yesterday, and he got home a few hours later, passed out and died. Please do not get tested for coronavirus. And if you all want me to, I will give you all the rundown on why coronavirus is not real. If you've been lied to, then that's just the case, but it's not real.
They're putting nanoparticles right into your head. I know this for a fact because this material, these fibers, these silver fibers right here, these come out of my body. They're called Morgellons. If you don't know what Morgellons are, go look at what Morgellons are. These are silver fibers. It's not cotton. This is what the COVID Q-tip test is. You see that one down there alive? They do their own thing. Look, he's trying to grab it. He's mad. See him? This is what they put in the head. This is their COVID test. They're putting this shit right in the brain.
He's trying to grab it.
Close to the brain. He's mad.
Look.
See him? He's getting mad. So you guys think I'm lying? I'm showing you live. Look at him getting mad.
We ain't even breathing on it, and it's fucking moving.
Oh, he got mad. You see him, Micah?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, they really are alive. Look at how they're fighting each
Look
other.
at this one. Look.
Oh, they got a link. Now let me see if I can pull them. This is the COVID test. Oh, hell
It
no.
just wrapped around that other
Wild. This is so wild, y'all. I can't believe y'all let these people put these Q-tips in your guys' head.
No one really thinks that he could actually do that, or that the military would follow through with an order like that. But that doesn't mean that the president's not going to go through some machinations over the coming days and entertain some of these ideas, even after Congress has taken this step, which is seen by many around the president, including people who are closest to him, as pretty definitive, Allison.
Vice President Mike Pence is at the White House today. You are reporting, along with our White House team, that President Trump is leaning harder on Pence to flip the election results, which he does not have.
This is wild shit, you guys. See them fighting? They literally are fighting, trying to hold on and grab each other. But look, wait, let me put him down. And I'm going to come over here to the right.
The vaccine passport is a terrible idea. We are definitely not going to require anything from the state's perspective. That is totally off the table. If I have businesses that want to do that in Florida, I think that that's more than just a private decision. I think that impacts our society. I think that impacts people, particularly disadvantaged people, in a way that would really be negative for our state. So what form that would take, I'd have to discuss it with my folks. I'd have to discuss it potentially with the legislature. But I think it's a very, very bad idea. Look, if you want to go to a movie theater, a concert, all this stuff, go. If you don't, don't. But to require somebody to show some type of proof of vaccination, I think is completely unacceptable, and it's not something that we're going to support here in any way in Florida.
Because if everyone's different, it just creates total chaos.
Whoa, we're officially in the future.
Dude!
What do you think? Here's real Tom on the left, fake Tom on the right. Can you see the difference? That's crazy. This scares me. The technology today.
Well, deepfake videos like this have been watched by millions of people over the last couple of weeks on TikTok, and you can see why experts are warning this could get very dangerous.
It's just evidence you can't believe your lying eyes anymore with the internet.
Dino heads, Mr. and Mrs. You gotta keep them together because they're madly in love.
Prepare to meet Mr. Angry Eyes.
Yeah, that's the end of Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head, and this is one of the more frightening examples in the end, isn't it?
Back in October, Disney was praised when it decided to put disclaimers before some of its more problematic films. Why?
Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together.
It's what is it about society now where people are really looking for offense where there is none?
But now it's just like, you know what? You really have to use your critical thinking and critical seeing, because these people will fool you.
It uses artificial intelligence to analyze an existing photo, digitize it, and then apply techniques, apply algorithms to the photo to make it do things that it couldn't originally do.
Pitched as a way to bring life to old photos.
Another way to, bridge the distance, bridge time, and bring people together.
Yesterday, Hasbro announced it was removing the Mr. and Mrs. from the toys.
It's just a really sad indictment on where society has arrived at the moment.
We might have to ban all make-believe.
As I said earlier, every week there's something else, and it's just getting to a point where it's almost impossible to keep up with.
Earlier this week, Dr. Seuss's Enterprises announced that they'd stop publishing some of the books from the author's collection because of racist and insensitive imagery.
5 other titles gone too, effective immediately. These books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong, says a state.
No sabemos lo que provoca esto.
Pero lo más importante para nosotros en esta reunión es pedirles a vuestras excelencias la ayuda a los países amigos, hermanos, organismos internacionales para que puedan ayudar a la República de Guinea Ecuatorial en esta lamentable situación que tenemos. Saben que tenemos la emergencia sanitaria y también lo está sumando esa tragedia que tenemos en la ciudad de Bata. Por eso hemos creído oportuno informarles de esta manera para que ustedes sinceramente nos ayuden.
Shalom. All praises, glory, honor, and the fears unto the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Achakadash. It belongs to elders and apostles that do well, GMS, citation to election, the true real house of David, men that still standing upon their feet and preparing our people for the day of battle, standing in the gaps, making up the hedge for our people to stand on, to resist the devil and all of his wiles, because you see a lot of things happening, man. Time's really flying by. Lord's really speeding this thing up, and with the whole Passover coming up, it's really heavy times that we're living in, and only a few is gonna be covered by the blood of the Lamb, because a lot of guys, even the truth, they really love their lives more than the Lord, you know. Like if they was put into that situation, I did a video on it, if they was put into that situation with Abraham, you know, the Lord said to go and offer Isaac up, they would try to save both their son and themselves, you know. But the Lord said in Luke, also in other gospels, whoever tries to save their life is going to lose it. And that's how evil the times we're living in, are demonic, satanic, and it's about to get worse. You haven't seen nothing yet. Scripture say that evil shall be increased. Matter of fact, let me get that precept. Also in Daniel 12, a time like never before. And that's why I have to keep on beseeching and begging the Lord, praying, fasting, doing these videos for the Lord not to hold his peace, for the Lord to not keep silent. 2 Ezra 14:16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And I was looking for another video, basically going into this little video how they were exposing these child sacrifices and what's going on with all these young children at the border. You know, all these children that are missing their parents, that are getting deployed, and immigrants and aliens and all that and stuff. Well, there's a lot of sex slavery and children, pedophilia going on. Also, child torture. They're torturing children for adrenochrome. They get the adrenaline out the blood You know what I'm saying? That's what we dealing with, some wicked ass. Wait, why do you think the Lord's gonna plummet America with nuclear missiles? Why do you think the Lord's gonna do that? It says verse 17, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein, right? So it's just going to increase more and more and more. You know, it's like a shooting every day. You know, and that bomb over there in the Equatorial Guinea, I didn't even, you know, I saw it, but, you know, I mean, how that happened? You know, just like the whole bomb in Lebanon, you know, under the guise of a pandemic. So you see all these things happening at once, you know, but we are to remain still and be unmovable. This is Isaiah 23:2. Be still, ye inhabitants of the isle, thou whom the merchants of Zidon that pass over the sea have replenished. See, so it's all about being still. Psalms 4:4. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still, Salah. It's all about remaining still. Don't make haste in the time of trouble. For Lord's our God, He's our rock, that unmoving foundation. Verse Mark 4:39. And He arose and rebuked the wind. These are all these winds that are blowing right now. And said unto the sea, be peace, be still, and the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. So great peace have they that keep the Lord's commandments. Let's get that as well. Psalms 111 and verse 10. The fear. Hold on, that's not the one. Psalms 119 and 165. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. So nothing offends us. What's going on in the world, what's about to happen, you know. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am power. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. And when you go to the let's go to the law. Because basically, as the dragons come down great wrath, it's going to say that the earth helped the woman. So everything in creation, like you just another thing you had happen in the Suez Canal. There's actually a ship that's blocking off the Suez Canal, which I'm gonna get Chronicles. But let me see if I can find that real quick. So much going on, man. It's amazing. Now they're trying to say there's a double mutant COVID thing. You know, they want people to wear double masks. Well, that's all symbolic and spiritual, because the Lord says He's going to render double to our enemies, you see? So we're at that time, brothers. We're at that threshing floor. So let me go over here. This is an article from RT. Alright, so you're going to have more famines happening. More shooting, more killings, more false flags, whatever the case may be. But there's great confusion happening in the earth right now. Even a lot of guys that weren't, you know, planting seeds and watering their seed and giving it sunlight, giving it, you know, the breath of life. You know, that's why they're stuck with just a seed, without no soil, without no growth. That's why the Lord said faith without works is dead. You have to work on that seed, man, that's in you. But we're in the end now, so, you know, every man's works is being shown for what it was, for what it is. So really we're in a time of let the righteous be righteous still, but all you wicked and you filthy out there, woe to you. Keep on being wicked, keep on being slothful, keep on being respected persons, keep on praising men, trimming your way to seek love. Keep on with it, man. All right, let me get this. Yeah, here's right here. Massive container ship stuck in Suez Canal, partially refloated. Traffic expected to resume shortly. So there's all kind of roadblocks and things getting tighter, which this whole world is about to go through Jacob's trouble. You know, it's saying in 2 Ezra 7 how, which I'll get, 2 Ezra 7. The whole world's gonna suffer this calamity upon the earth, but only the righteous is gonna obtain that reward. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 7. And 17. Then answered I and said, O Lord, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. We're in the time, like it says in Ezra as well, let the multitude perish. I was born in vain. The reason why a lot of people were brought into this world, 7.8 trillion people on the earth, is because they were just set up to be destroyed. And at the Maranatha, that don't love the Yahushai. Something set up for destruction. It says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, right, difficult things, and hope for wide, right, hope for eternal life, hope for the kingdom, hope to rule the Lord. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. You see, ain't gonna see the wide. So this is 2 Chronicles 20 and verse 14. Let me start at verse 1. Alright, because this is going into Judah invaded, which we're being invaded right now. This little city, right, the elect, scattered abroad, we're being besieged right now. Like a besieged city. Things are getting cut off, things are getting more tighter, But we was made for this. And that's why we have an excitement about us, man. We have an anticipation that the Lord is going to do marvelous things for us, which he is. He already is right now, and he's about to deliver us from the land of the north. And this Passover now from this modern day Egypt and Gomorrah. 2 Chronicles 20, it says, And it came to pass after this that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon, and with them other besides the Ammonites, came against Jehoshaphat to battle, you see. And with all this whole Asian hate, because the whole shooting in the spa, we see that, all these things are really geared toward coming against Israel, coming against the elect. Because we're making a righteous division amongst the Israelites, right? The righteous and the hypocrites, and also Israel as a whole, in a separation of these other heathen nations, these Moabites, these Edomites, these Hamites. You see? Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, There come a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea of the side of Syria. And behold, they be in Hazor Tamar, which is in En-Gedi. And Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek the Lord and proclaim a fast to all Judah. And Judah gathered themselves together and to ask help of the Lord. Even out of the cities of Judah, they came to seek the Lord. So it's all about seeking the Lord 10 times more and ask the Lord for help. Let's get that word for help. And the Lord ain't gonna help you if you don't ask for it. Just closed mouths don't get fed. So you have to be crying out right now, man, giving the Lord no rest, no peace. Because the times we're in is very detrimental, man. It's either we're living in time either death or life. It says verse 5, And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of the Lord before the new court, and said, O Yahweh, God of our fathers, art not thou God in heaven, and rulest not thou over all the kings of the heathen? And in thine hands there are not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee, right? And, they might flag this channel because, the videos I put into it, but you have to make the sacrifice, man. You have to be willing to give it your all. And then the Lord, he's going to give all to you. He's going to give everything to you. That salvation, that defense. Matter of fact, let me get this in Sirach. Also in Baruch is another good one too. Also Tobit. Alright. 1 Peter 4:8 says, And above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins, right? It's going to give you cover in this time of war. Say take cover, which you can't take cover in anything carnal. Scripture say carnally minded is enmity of the Most High, is death. So we're covering ourselves with this fervent charity. That word fervent also goes into intense. So you're supposed to have an intensity about you, man. All right, Tobit 12:9. For alms doth deliver from death, and shall purge away all sin. Those that exercise alms and righteousness shall be filled with life. You see? But they that sin are enemies to their own life. So you got a lot of guys that are enemies to the cross, enemies of these righteous sacrifices of our lips. But they that sin are enemies to their own life, you see? And he that is evil, if you're evil to yourself, who are you gonna be good to, man? You're gonna be good for nothing. And that's what we see a lot of people in these last days are. This is 2 Chronicles 20 and verse 7. Art not thou our God, who didst drive out the inhabitants of this land before thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham thy friend forever? And they dwelt therein, and have built thee a sanctuary therein for thy name, saying, if when evil cometh upon us as a sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, these things are all happening, we stand before this house. That's what we're standing, on our feet, a great army, warring, soldiers, fighting for the Lord, fighting for our life and our laws in the Lord. And in thy presence, for thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help. And now behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, these Edomites, whom thou wouldest not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given to us to inherit. O our power, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us. See, all we have is our faith, and that's our victory. Even your faith. That's how we're going to defeat all these odds that are against us. It says, neither know what we to do, but our eyes are upon thee. And all Judah stood before the Lord with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Then upon Jehaziel, the son of Zechariah, the son of Benaiah, the son of Jael, the son of Mattaniah, a Levi, the sons of Asaph, came the Spirit of Yahweh in the midst of the congregation. Whew. So the Spirit came upon this man mightily. And he said, hearken ye, all ye Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thus saith the Lord unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is yours. For the battle is not yours, but God's. You see, the Lord, he's literally fighting our battles for us, man. He's fighting our enemies, man. That's why the Lord said, take not vengeance, for vengeance is the Lord's. Don't revenge yourselves. Be patient. Suffer for a long period of time. Look at the example Yahushua gave. He was spit upon, bruised, given a crown of thorns, mocked, scoffed, tortured. You see? Tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Juel. And ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Whoo! Set yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of Yahweh with you. And Judah, O Judah and Jerusalem, fear not, nor to be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh will be with you. So if the Lord is really with you, you're going to be going out against the enemy. You're going to be going all out, man, these last moments. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head and with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the house of Jerusalem fell before the Lord, worshiping the Lord, right? So it's all about worshiping the Lord, you see, with a loud voice. And Levites and the children of Kohathites and the children of Korhites stood up to praise the Lord God of Israel with a loud voice on high. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of Tekoa. And as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Believe in the Lord your power, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, and so shall ye prosper. You see? So it's all about believing. The Lord said, anything is possible to him that believeth. So it's all about believing. You see? Not fearing man. Man's a liar. He doesn't know if he's coming or going. Believing in the Lord and his prophets. Let's get that word for established. It is the Hebrew word aman. Right, to support, confront, be faithful, nourish, uphold. Alright, make firm. That's right. Lasting. You see that? Stand firm. So it's all about holding your ground. Don't know what my man Leonidas say. No retreat, no surrender. That is Spartan law. Well, yeah, this is the law of our Lord, man. And you gotta be like the Maccabees, man. Willing to die, willing to give it your all, man. That's what the Lord is looking for. If you're not willing to go the distance, man, the Lord knows your heart already. You can't hide from that, man. You see? And that's who the Lord's gonna really get. Those are the ones who are gonna overcome death, not taste of death. Some of them, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wrap, man. The Lord's gonna turn all these heathens against each other. like in the story of Gideon, you know, the sword of Gideon, you know, he blew them trumpets, they stood their ground, you know, and then Amalekites, all them Moabites, all them heathens, their own swords pierced each other, they went against each other, which we see that globally as well. So global when you're edified, you know, the whole world lieth in wickedness. So it's not time to be lying down and getting comfy, man, and at rest and peace here. It's time to be hastening the day. You know, got the Passover coming up, and you know, seeking the straight gate, entering into the straight gate. You know, because those that have fallen into dangers are such as have works and faith towards God. Those are the ones the Lord's going to deliver and get them through, push them through it all. All praises, glory, honor, fitty, how Bashim Yao Shai, Bashim Kakadash, Baba Ball, hey, Shalom.
Young Billy. Young Billy.